Okay, my name is James Williams Jr. This is Comfort Habit number 2. I'm going to put my camera, whole computer in front of the TV screen so you guys don't have to look at my ugly face. And this Mass Effect theory is going to be about the Stargazer. The female Stargazer. Because I have a theory about that and I hope you guys like it. Probably going to cut this light off so you guys can see me, or can't see me rather. Gotta cut the volume back up on my game here. Ask some questions and then I'm going to get into it.
Do you have everything you need?
Okay.
Oh yeah.
So
I swear the collective can get their hands on anything.
for the theory
They're
of
even
the
more
Stargazer,
reliable than Vetra.
if you don't do anything and you fight the Star
See you around,
Child, the
Drew.
Laser Kid,
Keep
whatever,
fighting,
the
keep
hologram.
fighting, Pathfinder.
At the end, you get Liara's video. So I'm thinking I have two people that I want to see, or that I'm sure could be the Stargazer female. And as far as the Stargazer male, it sounds like an old timer. I'm pretty sure it's not Joker. People are thinking that it's Joker because it doesn't give you a timeline on when the Stargazer and the child are actually talking. Okay? So that being said, I'm thinking that it's someone else. If it's anybody, it doesn't sound like him, but if it's anybody, and if anybody was to survive the entire encounter that could tell the story, it would have to either be Garrus or Javik. Okay? Now for the female Stargazer. Because she's the one this video is mostly important I'm talking about.
Let me guess.
I'm going to say
Dr.
that the
Nakamoto, what are you doing?
female Stargazer
When I heard the outpost needed
can
a
only be
physician,
one
I offered my
of two
services.
people.
Least I
Both
could
of
do after
them
you
would have to
retrieved
be
my
a
formula.
sorry.
And
And if
the
you want to throw
synopsis
that
cite
third
better
factor
shipping
in, we
container.
can say that it could be the third person that could be Edie. Because Edie is a machine. However, that is blown out the window because Edie is a machine. And Edie doesn't sound like that. Even an old machine would probably still sound exactly the same.
I don't know.
Okay.
The free clinic was charming.
That
in its own
being
way.
said, we're going to go into either
Rust isn't charming.
it being
It's tetanus.
Liara, or the other, from Mass Effect 2, Samora.
What about your old clinic?
I moved my patients here.
So,
With Christmas's permission,
here's my
of course.
thinking on that.
And spread the word that my
I can
doors
see
still
it being
open,
Liara,
just in a
because
different
she was only 100 years old, or 107 by the time all of this was done. Where,
How are your
freaking
patients doing? Any serious injuries?
The collective is doing its
Samora,
best to
on the other
protect
hand,
everyone.
she was older than
But when it
Liara,
comes to brute strength,
and she probably could have survived since she was a fucking warrior.
Sloan may be dead, but we still have bloody days ahead of us.
Not just an Asari Commando, but, still a warrior
Keep up
nonetheless.
the good work.
Thank you, Pathfinder.
That being said, it would be kind of hard to say that it couldn't be either one of them. But you have to be listening to the voice. I want to give it more to Samora than Liara, just for the simple fact that Samora is older, and she seems like she might be more of a fighter than Liara could be. And that also being said that, she might, might actually last
Okay.
a shitload longer
False alarm. Thought there
Then,
might be some acid splash.
than Liara. Liara was smart and
I avoid
everything,
acid splashes at all
but
costs.
sometimes nothing
It's terrible
beats
for the
battle
skin.
experience.
Next
As a
up,
martial artist
science
myself, I would
officer for
always tell a
Outpost
person,
Aeon. You must
your
be the
experience
Pathfinder.
behind a fight will be your teacher. It will be the best
Are you
teacher
also
to
part of
teach you,
mining
because sometimes you
company
gotta lose to win.
Yes.
Is that way you know you won't make
No,
that
I
mistake
wasn't a miner,
again
but I
if
worked
you're in
with
battle,
Christmas
and
and
you'll
the
know
others.
that the next person
They
that you
were
take
family.
on with combat, you
You
won't
came
make
to
the mistakes
Healy's
you
to be
made
with
against
them?
the last person.
I
And
know
if you're
it's
smart
since
and
Silo
you
lived, though.
practice and you train,
Statistically
you
speaking,
very well may
anything.
be able to go back and have a
But I just couldn't
rematch
let them go on
with the
such an
guy who
adventure
whooped your
without me.
ass, and you'd be able to take him out. Now, Liara, and Samora.
What are you working
Why
on?
would I say it'd be those
A
two?
hyperpotent
Really
phosphate
simple.
fertilizer using Kadara's
Only
natural
an
abundance of
Asari
sulfuric acid.
could live long enough
Potent.
to
That's
describe
good, right?
to
Absolutely.
this
My work will be
kid,
essential in
this
providing
star
nutrients
child,
for
this
gardens across Helios.
little young
When
person
we
who
have
wants to
gardens,
understand
which we will,
what's
because of
going
you.
on, and he wants to learn stories about the shepherd. So,
See you around,
it,
Kartar.
if you're a kid
Yep,
and
bye,
you've
Pathfinder.
you've gone through the motions, then you would pretty much know that at the end of
Hello,
Mass
Ryder.
Effect,
Right
damn it,
away!
that was a wrong move. At
Right
the
away.
end of Mass Effect 3, that whatever choice you made, unless you make the non-choice, all of them as relays become a weapon, depending on which one you make again, unless you did the non-choice.
Is that really
And
Pathfinder?
if you do, like, if you jump through the beam, you turn everybody into a new breed of life, where everybody's half and half or whatever. And Edie becomes alive. Sorry for that, because that was like a major spoiler. If you do nothing, then nothing happens, and the Mass Effects are still intact, but the war still goes on. And you and I all know, if you haven't been paying attention, that it takes 50,000 years for the next one to come around. So somewhere along the line, there's going to be a shitload of fucking casualties. And it's more than likely the Asari, who was the longest living next to the Protheans, would be the only ones who would survive this shit. So, who else but Liara or Samora would be the female stargazer talking to the child? Now, I could be wrong. It could be a fucking human. However, if it was a human that fought in a war, I'm pretty sure there's probably not much left of them. Because, the average human, we're lucky if we make it to 120 years old. I have done statistics on that. The oldest human lived to be 122 years old. I don't know where they found that out. I Googled it. So you guys can, sue Google if you find out more or less from what I know. But, when you're looking at those things, it's the last thing on your mind is, humans living to be 122 years old. It's not impossible, but it's probably highly improbable. And the probabilities and the possibilities are usually always a mind set above or below. Just depends on how you look at it. Now, that being said, we know it's not a female Solarian.
If you can step away from your rock collection for...
The drill course that
The
night.
reason why I say it has to be an Asari, because there's no timeline on when
With Pathfinder.
the person is alive.
Name's
And at
Rick.
the end you hear,
Mining engineer for
it
Outpost
happened
Dale.
so very, very long ago. So how
Relax.
far
Not
into
going
the
to judge
future
anyone for
is
collecting
this
rocks.
They're in drill
stargazer
Never
female
mind.
and this little kid? When, says, when can I go to the star? And he goes, someday, my sweet. And the female does the same thing. She says almost the exact same thing. So that being said,
What do you think of
I'm
Kadara?
pretty sure the female's an Asari.
Mineral-wise, she's a gold mine.
So,
Carter
if
is
you
already
guys
putting Kadara's
have
resources
an
to
opinion on
practical
that,
use.
I'd like to hear it.
What about
But
people
I don't
lives?
have video of that because I'm not going to try
I'm
and
not really a
beat the
people
last
person.
second of the game
But
and
the
do
collectors
nothing and
fly.
see where they
They
go from
certainly
there.
know the
Yeah,
area.
that's way too long. And I may revisit the
What
trilogy
exactly does a
one
mining
day.
engineer do?
I'm not gonna switch it. I will revisit
Oh,
the
we're
trilogy
involved
if
in
they
every step of the mining process.
reverse compatible the
Christmas
shit
is
for
a good guy, a good miner.
for the
But he needs me to help decide where to drill.
damn it,
And
for
when
the
to stop.
PlayStation 4. No. However,
Good chatting with you, Riff.
Anytime, Pathfinder.
it's all the same. I'm pretty sure that the Stargazer is a female. Now it could be a Turian, but there were no female Turians present with Shepard that survived, because Kendra, she got nullified without a joke. I mean, without a doubt. And unless Garrus survived and had a sex change, which I highly doubt that would happen, because Garrus was one macho motherfucker. No, you have to You have to weigh that stuff in. So I'm pretty sure that if it was a Turian, it had to be a Turian who would probably have come like way after Shepard has passed, because the battle would still be going on if Shepard chose to do absolutely nothing. Now, again, that being said, I'm pretty sure the Stargazer was a female Asari. Now, rather it be Liara or Samora is the question, because I think the oldest Asari is 1,000 years old, maybe 2,000 or better. No, they have a longer lifespan than that. I forgot how long they actually live. Let me Google that real quick while I'm still recording. No, just to be on the safe side. You never know. How long do... Damn it.
All systems green.
Sorry. My phone's also tripping. Because remember, matriarchs are over 400 or over 1,000 years old. And if this damn Google thing worked, I'd be in great shape. Okay. So the trilogy, through the Codex and dialogue, we know that the average life expectancy of an Asari and a Krogan is 1,000 years. Solarians are 40, Drells 85, Vorcha 25. Humans, if we're lucky, will make it to 150. Okay, so scratch my 120, but scientifically, put that right there. Hopefully you guys can read that. Anyway, clearly they have to live more than 1,000 years because Drac is 1,400 years old, which is 1,400 years old. And there are Asari that have probably lived longer than that if they haven't died, or if they haven't been mutated into Ardat Yakshi, or if they haven't been mutated into the succubus or sirens or whatever the hell those ones are that killed Rila. So that being said, we have to take a lot of things into consideration. You know, just because of the simple fact that we don't really know. Damn it, those are missions completed. Well, what the hell did I not complete? Oh, fuck. You have to go back. I didn't report the old scanner. Sorry about the language. Back down we go.
Now orbiting Kadara.
I guess that kind of worked out in my favor.
Tracking a remnant architect.
Well, that being said, you know, we have to make sure that we're very much aware of the lifespans of these creatures. You know, a lot of the lifespans are longer or shorter. Before that Stargazer, you know, you have to think in Mass Effect reality, right? And being that now I just read how long they actually live, you know, that Stargazer, if she's an Asari, she has the best chance of living that long. Because like they said, Turians, 85 years or some shit, which really can't be right. But at the same time, who knows? Then the shortest lifespan is the damn Solarians. But maybe in Andromeda there could be a way to have them live longer. You know, but for battle after battle, unless they're killed in battle, you know, it's kind of hard to say how long someone's actually going to live. But there has supposedly not been a record of any Solarians living past 40 years old. I don't think that's fair, but I didn't write the concept of the show and things like that. So, you know, I kind of just have to accept it. I mean, what can you do? What can you do other than accept it? You know what I mean? Like I said, when you're not in charge of the show, you don't really have a whole lot of say or leeway on what's going on. But let's say it was a Torian. Who the hell would it be? No. Garrus did have a sister, but he only mentions her. He doesn't really promote her, like talking to where he gives us her name, something Vicarian. And if he did give the name of his sister, I totally didn't catch it. I didn't catch it in the second or the third game. And as Femshep.
Pathfinder, how's it going?
Ah, crap.
Exile's giving
The
you
wrong button.
Yeah.
As Femshep, I've romanced Garrus in game 2 and
Old
3.
Skinner is no
It
more.
would have been great if you could romance him in 4, so BioWare, if you're listening, I mean,
He was
in
crazy,
the first one.
but a good worker.
So BioWare,
Thanks for
if
the
you're
update,
listening
Christmas.
and you re-manifest it,
Anytime.
you know, you should make Mass Effect Trilogy with this new search engine so that everybody can do this and have the desired ethnicity, because making Shepard look Native American and white or black didn't work out well for me at all. No. So I couldn't get remotely close to making Sheriff. I couldn't get remotely close to making Shepard look like Lieutenant Masua. Because as you all know, Native Americans and Asians are one and the same. You know. And if you don't know, there's your history. Native Americans once lived in Asia. They crossed through Russia, across a land bridge through Alaska, and then splintered off into many, many tribes. There's your brief history lesson. So that being said, you know, the whole thing is that, you know, I couldn't make Shepard look anywhere remotely close to how I wanted her to look. And no one can make her look as good as Miranda. And also, that one hairstyle that the girl on the planet that Jacob's daddy's on was the only hairstyle I ever wanted. And guess what? You can't even get it in Andromeda, which totally sucks. I wish I could actually show y'all the hairstyle, but I can't. I'm gonna try and go do a Liam thing. Let me see, where's the relationship with Liam mission? No, family writer, Gil Brody. I don't think I met Gil on. Okay, we can do that in a minute. Okay. We haven't found that either. Damn, I'm way behind. Okay. Coral Harbor the Arcs. Haven't found the Parafona. Sorry guys, I'm just trying to go through this while I'm thinking of what else I want to say about the Stargazer. But I also need to find the mission for Liam, because I was supposed to do that with Liam and Jaal, but I fracked up and somehow it didn't work out. Okay, I'm gonna find it eventually. I'm pretty sure it was that one on with Jaal. So we're gonna do that as I bring this video to a corrupt conclusion. The Stargazer,
Orbiting Kadara.
as best I can say, is that it has to be. And I mean, it has to be freaking an Asari. Okay, that is not where I thought I was going, but okay, I thought the shit said her ball. I gotta go speak to Jaal on Aya. Okay, well, that'll work too. Because she's in a relationship with Jaal. But, that being said, as I close this out, you know, Stargazer has to be an Asari if you're the female. If you're the male Asari, I'm pretty sure it's a human being, but that being that we don't know the exact timeline after the battle that has happened. So it's kind of hard for me to decipher who the hell it would be. I can say I don't think it would be Joker unless he's like a head on a tube or something, because the timeline doesn't give us specifics again. I know you guys get tired of hearing that broken record, but it's the truth. The timeline does not give you specifics. It doesn't say, yay, so many years later after the aftermath. Because if you watch any choice you make, they do give you something, but it doesn't give you an aftermath. In fact, let me continue this video from Stargazer to Aftermath. Because without the aftermath, you would not get the male or the female Stargazer. So, let me run down the choices real fast. You have the do nothing choice, which gives you the female and the Liara video. Then you use the other three choices. You can synthesize and make everyone one type of being. You can kill all the machines, which means you probably nullify Edie and Nageth and everybody. But Shepard would basically be alive at the end unless that was his last breath that he was taking. Or you can become a Reaper, and he or she, Shepard, would lead the Reapers away and rebuild everything. So you see those are your options. But after each choice you pick, there is an aftermath. So let me explain it to you if you're not intelligent enough to know what the fucking aftermath is. An aftermath is an event in which happens after you have a big fight. Alright, so as an example, first let me apologize to everyone who is Asian, specifically those who are from Japan. When Japan attacked Pearl Harbor, we were introduced to the kamikaze. The kamikaze is one of those crazy-ass pilots that will selflessly give a shit about themselves and fly their plane into boats and shit trying to kill everyone, including themselves. Kamikaze. Suicide pilot. Now, the aftermath of the Pearl Harbor attack was that we decided to bomb Nagasaki and somewhere else, but it was in Japan, which is the main thing is that it was in Japan. So that being said, we didn't really dig too deep into it. We just decided to blow the place, without consciously thinking of the consequences of our actions. We just up and decided, okay, we reached fuck it, and so we blew shit up. The aftermath of that is that everyone and their mamas was in pain. And I mean, they literally, everything that could go wrong had been went wrong. People got killed. Innocent civilians in Japan were killed, like innocent civilians in America were killed during Pearl Harbor. The unfortunate side effect of that, the aftermath, was that everyone who looked Asian, remotely Asian, in America, especially in San Francisco or California in general, and from California to Oregon to Seattle, was snatched out of their homes and put in Japanese internment camps here in America out of fear that they were sending messages to Japan, like a message in a bottle kind of thing. So we all had big bad casualties on both sides of this thing, but American Japanese pretty much suffered the most because they were Americans. They had no ties to their country other than that was their birth country of their ancestors, and they suffered a lot. So the aftermath being that a lot of things leading into Vietnam and Korea was because of what happened with Pearl Harbor in World War II. So the problem is that we have aftermaths. So let me give you a better example. Let me give it a more up-to-speed example. If I light a wick on a firecracker and I don't put the wick out before it explodes, it's a good chance that the aftermath of that explosion, it will blow my fucking hand clean off. Therefore, you have the aftermath effect. Alright? It's the same thing as once you pull the trigger on a gun, you can't pull the bullet back. No, the bullet is pretty much gonna go wherever the hell it's meant to go. So wherever you aimed, that's where that bullet's gonna go. And like it or not, once you pull the trigger, you've pulled the trigger. So you kind of have to accept it and deal with it. It's the same thing as if you're eating a steak and forget to take one chew out of your bite and you choke on the steak. So each choice that you make, whether you jump down the beam or you kill all the things or whatever, they have an aftermath video with General Hackett talking, except for in the video where you do nothing. I don't think there's an aftermath video of that. I'm not gonna swear to that because it's been a while since I played Mass Effect 3, but I do know that when you choose to dump through the beam, he talks about how we've all worked together, how everybody like basically united through Shepard and his DNA, and making everybody become making everybody's asses decide that we're all gonna be like one happy race or whatever. And then, you know, that being said, you know, you have to deal with that little issue. If you take the red beam, you know, you kill all the synthetics. And that pretty much screws you there.
Even 4.
So that happens. And then if you take the blue, you become a Reaper. So Shepard basically dies and becomes a Reaper. And the aftermath is that to become the man I needed to become, I had to die. Or to become the god I needed to become, I had to die so that I could become the leader of the Reapers, etc., etc. Those were the aftermath videos. However, with the fourth one, you don't really get an aftermath outside of Liara's video about you made the Crucible, but it didn't work. We hope that these
That's the last we heard.
we hope
Nothing
that
else?
these
No,
things
right
could
there. Also, no alarms.
give us
The orbital buoy isn't showing any major traffic.
more
Bradley's
insight,
military, all about the
but it
prep.
doesn't.
I bet it's a brownout to
And if it
resemble a
does,
target.
well, then it's new to me. You know. So, I can only tell you that having an aftermath
Keep the nav fresh.
would
I'll be on the
help.
bridge soon. Understood.
You know, it's all debatable on what they want for you to do, I guess, or how bad they really want you to go with this thing for the Stargazer. But the aftermath videos, they lead to all of the stuff that is necessary. And once you get that done, you know, you have to worry about what do you do after the aftermath. Sorry, I got distracted. Sami Zayn just like cold-cocked or mollywopped or whatever the hell you want to call it to Bobby Lashley, which is truly a crack of shit, but okay. Somebody's going to get the shit spirit out of them. Anyway, so once you get through the aftermath, that should take you to the Stargazer. And once you get to the Stargazer, whether you take the female or the male Stargazer, depending on whatever object of your desire and what you choose to do with the freaking damn the war, you know. Now the Stargazer, female, again, I'm assuming, and hopefully I'm right, is an Asari. Stargazer male, that's always going to be an option because if it's Joker, which a lot of people have speculated that it's Joker, and I'm like, well, then how far back was the war if he himself says that it was a long time ago?
We need
But
a closer look.
you also have to remember that Joker was young when the war began, and you know, he's not what you would call young. He's not like in his 20s and shit, you know, because him and Shepard are both in their late 20s in the first game. By the time you get to the third game, they're both like 32, 33 years old. You know, so you know, it's kind of it's a really touch and go situation. Now that being said, you know, the Stargazer, you'd have to figure out
The center screen.
which one it is, and if you take the women, you know, let's say for the sake of argument,
Coordinating.
let's agree to
That is
disagree that the woman Stargazer is straight up an Asari. So let's take her out of the equation. She's straight up an Asari. Whereas the male, on the other hand, is either a human or a Taurian, possibly even a Krogan. But when you look at the screen and the shadow, you see someone who slightly resembles humans on both of them. The only person and the female that can resemble a human is the Asari. The Torian, she would stand out, even if they was like as small as like they are in the thing. You know, she's pretty small. So like you'd have to have bionic eyes to actually see if it's a human or an Asari. I don't have that, so no matter what I do, I could probably zoom that thing in 10,000 times and still wouldn't be able to tell because it would still be a fucking dot to me. But for other people, if your eyes are great, then you tell me what the hell the female stargazer is. I'm going with an Asari. So I'm going to end this video here and let you guys know that I will be delivering more theory videos while playing the game. I probably won't do it until like the weekend or nights that I don't have to get up and go to school or whatever.
Sorry to keep you in the dark, Pathfinder.
So I don't have to go to
but there
school
are
tomorrow,
bodies on this planet.
but I do have to go
We
to
didn't
school
see much
Wednesday.
traffic from orbit.
So I can probably do a theory video on
But hopefully you
Wednesday
can get ahead of this
and
before it
that will
turns into something bad.
solve
See
the
you soon.
problem. I just have to figure out what theory I'm going to do. I'm James Williams Sr. This is Comfort Habit number 2. This will be on Facebook, so be seeing you.